Hello everyone, and welcome to this help video for the Psychology Research Participation Scheme, which is also known as SONA. So this is going to just introduce very briefly what SONA, what the Research Participation Scheme is and why it's useful. Okay, so it's really a platform for advertising research studies. So those can be studies that are online. They can be more traditional experimental studies, or they could be interview-based studies, or telephone interview studies, or so on. So really it's a way of advertising research studies to the School of Psychology. So that's students, undergraduates, postgraduates, PhD research students, but also staff as well advertise research there. So it's a really useful place to see what's going on at the moment in terms of studies. It's where you can sign up and take part in research, and you can keep a log that way of the research you've taken part in. And it's where you can collect research participation credits. So you might be thinking, okay, but why is that helpful to me? Well, partly it's about getting experience. So one of the best ways to get an idea of how research works in practice in psychology is to actually have a go at it. So this is an example of a piece of research that was advertised in 2019 by one of the lecturers, Dr. Jill Harrop. So you have some information about the study. You can see how long it would take to complete. You can see how many credits you can collect if you take part in the research. Any eligibility criteria that you need to look at before taking part, and so on. And through here you can actually sign up and take part in the research and earn credits. So it can be really useful because you can see what it's like to take part in online research, and also as a sort of collegiate exercise supporting staff and students in their research endeavours. So you're being part of that community really in researchers. And also when it comes to your final year research project, your dissertation research, you might actually need to use SONA yourself to try and advertise your research and recruit participants. And one of the reasons why it's quite useful is because those research participation credits that you can gain in your first and second year, and you can keep taking part in your third year as well, but they can be used to buy out participation in your final year research project. So it's really important to think about collecting those credits. So each research participation credit, a single credit equates to 15 minutes of participation. So if you want to use SONA in your final year research project, then you need to collect research credits in order to be able to advertise and recruit participants. What we suggest is that you collect 16 credits in your first year of studies, 16 credits in your second year of studies, and so if you collect 32 credits in total, then you can take out 25 hours worth of recruitment participation in your final year project. If you don't meet that threshold, you can still advertise on SONA, but you're capped at a much lower number of hours that you can use. So what this would mean is, if we go back to the example before, Dr. Harrop her research takes 10 minutes to complete, and based on the number of credits she has, she can recruit 25 hours worth of participation for this study, which is approximately up to 150 participants recruited just through SONA for this research. So where can you find out more about the SONA system? It's basically, there's information on Blackboard. So if you log into Blackboard, your Blackboard screen will look slightly different to this. But on the right hand side, you'll see a tab called My Organisations. And under there, you should see a page called Psychology. This is where all of the general information about psychology is available. There's also a link here to the walkthroughs as well. But if you click on that link to Psychology, it'll take you to another screen, and here you have all your important information about your course, the newsletter, information on support and mental and wellbeing support available, and then we have information on research and resources, which includes the psychometric test library and the research participation scheme, SONA. So if you click on this tab here, It'll take you to a page. The first piece of information is about setting up a participant account, so you can take part in other people's research. And there's a link to the actual platform as well. And the website for the University of Worcester School of Psychology Research Participation Scheme is this one here. What I'd suggest as well is on that page you'll find some additional help videos. One is about creating a participant account, so what you need to do to get involved. And then there's a second one which is about setting up your study on SONA. So that is more for final year research project students, but it can be useful to get an idea of what's going on. So feel free to look at those help videos. If you have any questions, please get in touch with the SONA Research Participation Scheme email address using this email address here. And if you have any questions, we'll get back to you. Okay, thank you.